Hey everybody, what is up? This is Flashback. Welcome back to another video on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro: The Dawn of a New Era. Today I am doing an updated version of my Lunalight deck. You know, just to keep things rolling until we get the new cards from the Dark Illusion. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. I actually had already I tried to record a battle before this, however, it was not that entertaining at all. I mean, I lost, I'm not gonna lie, I did lose, but there was like no entertainment whatsoever. And if I'm going to show you how I work my deck, I think that it should be entertaining. First, I'm going to activate Fire Formation 10 key. I'm going to use its ability to add Moonlight Black Sheep to my hand. It's actually Lunalight, but they haven't updated the names yet. Next, I'll activate its effect. So I'll add Polymerization to my hand. Or, you know, you go if you're in Japan. No? Not funny? Okay. Actually, you know what? No. I'll add Fusion Substitute. Next, I'll set the scales with Moonlight Wolf and Moonlight Tiger. Then, I will special summon Moonlight Black Cat. And activate Moonlight Tiger's ability to special summon Black Sheep. Then I'll activate Fusion Substitute to fuse both of them together for Moonlight Cat Dancer. Then Black Sheep's effect will activate, allowing me to add Blue Cat back to my hand. I'll normal summon Blue Cat, set Mirror Force face down, and then I will... Okay, what's the effect of Fusion Substitute again? Okay, so then I will activate Moonlight Wolf's ability. So I'll banish Cat Dancer and Black Sheep for Panther Dancer. And then I'll end my turn. I'm interested to see what they'll try. Okay. There's really nothing else I can do other than attack. I forgot to activate Panther's effect. I should have activated it. Oh well. Normally, Fusion Substitute would not be a good card, but, ooh. Okay, I'll activate the effect of Moonlight Black Sheep to add Polymerization to my hand. Then I'll activate the effect of Lunalight Perfume to special summon Black Sheep. Okay then. I'll activate the effect of Lunalight Perfume then. So I'll discard Polymerization in order to add Moonlight White Rabbit to my hand. I'll normal summon it, and then I'll activate the effect to take out this face down. Or I mean to return it to the hand. And I forgot to activate the effect again. Jeez, I am just amazing, aren't I? And there's the surrender. Okay, I'll be right back with the decklet. Okay, so not much has changed about the deck. I mean, of course, Blackluster Soldier is nowhere to be seen. Anyway, three of each Moonlight monster. We're just going to get that out of the way right now. Each Moonlight monster, there's 3 of them. So, yeah, Moonlight Wolf is going to be a very powerful card in the deck. I mean, a lot of this stuff I might have already said. If you haven't seen the original video, I'll leave a link down below. With that settled, we'll now talk about Moonlight Wolf and how you can banish monsters from your field and grave in order to fusion summon one monster from your extra deck that has those materials listed on it. And when it's on the field, it can make Moonlight monsters or Lunalight monsters inflict piercing damage. Next we have Moonlight Crimson Fox, Lunalight. I'm not gonna bother about the names anymore. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target one face monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes 0 until the end of the turn. So obviously that would work well in conjunction with polymerization. Actually, it would work better with fusion substitute, considering you need to have the monster on the field activate. But it's pretty good because you could fusion summon and then immediately use this effect to make one monster's attack point 0. And this deck, that is really good because of the fact that this is a straight up beatdown, which is my favorite style. You know that I love my beatdown decks. Anyway, during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets a Lunalight monster or monsters you control, you can banish this card from your graveyard and negate the activation. If you do, both players gain 1,000 life points. That second effect is iffy, but if it can negate the activation of card effects, I'm fine with that. When this Moonlight Blue Cat, if this card is special summoned, you could target one Moonlight monster you control except Blue Cat. Its attack becomes its original attack until the end of this turn. So obviously Lunalight Perfume is going to be a huge help when it comes to this. You can only use this effect once per turn. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you special summon one Moonlight monster from your deck. So immediately you're getting into the nitty gritty of everything. And that also means you can special summon another Blue Cat. So through Blue Cat's effect, you can special summon another Blue Cat. And then Blue Cat's effect will activate to double another attack. So yeah, Moonlight Tiger is our other pendulum monster. Once per turn, you can target one Moonlight monster in your graveyard special summon. It cannot attack, its effects are negated, it's also destroyed during the end phase. We already got that. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target one Moonlight monster in your graveyard special summon it. You can only use this effect once per turn. Again, Blue Cat's gonna really shine with that effect. Purple Butterfly, you can send this card from your hand or your side of the field to the graveyard, then target one Moonlight monster you control. It gains 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. That's good enough as it is, because the fusion monsters could get really powerful. Also, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one Moonlight monster from your hand. You can only use that effect once per turn. So, once again, more special summoning. Next we have Moonlight White Rabbit. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one Moonlight monster in your graveyard except Moonlight White Rabbit. Special summon it in defense position once per turn. You can target one spell or trap card. You can target spell or trap cards your opponent controls up to the number of other Moonlight monsters you control. Return them to the hand. So yeah, in this game it's kind of glitched. So it's for every Moonlight monster you control, not for every other. So yeah, when in here you get to click an additional one, but I don't do that. Anyway, Moonlight Black Sheep. Discard this card, either add one Moonlight monster from your graveyard to your hand, except Moonlight Black Sheep, or add one polymerization from your deck to your hand. So that's good in its own right, because this is the main search of the most important card in the deck. Also, if this card is sent to the graveyard as a fusion material for fusion summon, you can add to your hand one card from either the Moonlight monster in your graveyard or face up in your extra deck. So yeah. Also, if you've used Moonlight Black Sheep's effect to add polymerization to your hand, and then you fuse using another Moonlight Black Sheep, then you can add the other Moonlight Black Sheep back to your hand, and then you can activate its effect again. it goes on. Anyway, 2 copies of Fusion Recovery, target 1 Polymerization, and 1 Fusion Material Monster that was used for a Fusion Summon in your graveyard, add them to your hand. Simple enough. So this is how you recycle your Polymerizations and really, you know, take over the battle and Fusion Summon a lot in one turn. I've gotten Leo Dancer out on the first turn more times than I can remember. Polymerization, Fusion Summon. You got 2 copies, technically 3 because Fusion Substitute's always referred to as Polymerization. Its name is always Polymerization, but so that's why you don't see more than 1 copy of Polymerization. I mean, more than 3 copies of Polymerization. That's why you don't see 3 copies of Polymerization and Fusion Substitute, because that technically means I have 3 Polymerizations in my deck. Anyway, it's the same as Polymerization, except you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Fusion monster in your graveyard, return it to the extra deck, then draw 1 card. Normally, I would not recommend doing that unless you have no other option. Meaning, like, if that Fusion monster in your grave cannot be used with Wolf's effect to Fusion summon something else, or it cannot be special summoned back, then I would recommend using Fusion Substitute. That's the only time I recommend using that effect. Of course, you can only Fusion Summon using monsters on your side of the field. So, yeah, that's the only downside to it. Lunalight Perfume. This came out in the Dark Illusion, I think. I can't remember. It is new. I remember that much, and it's really good. You can target 1 Lunalight monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and then you can banish this card from your graveyard and discard 1 card to add 1 Lunalight monster from your deck to your hand. You get to, you know, stock up on those black sheep, or you could add another monster to your hand if you want to switch it up a bit. A new card in this deck is Battle's Fusion. I only put 1 copy in here, but when an attack is declared involving a fusion monster you control and an opponent's monster, your monster gains attack equal to the attack of your opponent's monster until the end of the damage step. Combine this with the ability that your monsters can attack twice, your fusion monsters, that gets really powerful. I mean, you can, if you have Wolf on the field, in the monster zone, not in the pendulum zone, and then you have a Moonlight Moonlight Leo Dancer, you then use Battle Fusion, you can destroy everybody because you gain attack, and then you gain attack from Battle Fusion. You attack. If it's defense position, you deal piercing damage. Then you get to attack again with that boosted attack. So it's possible to one turn kill if you get the proper cards. Next, we have 3 copies of Fire Formation Tenki. This is a huge searcher in the deck. When this card is activated, add 1 level 4 Aurora Beast Warrior type monster from your deck to your hand, and all Beast Warrior type monsters you control gain 100 attack. Every monster in this deck is a Beast Warrior type, so everything benefits from it. You can only activate 1 Fire Formation Tenki per turn, but if you have 3 of them on the field, that's 300 extra attack. Next, Refusion. You pay 800 life points, select 1 fusion monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and equip it with this card. When this card is destroyed, remove the equipped monster from play. So, this is another way of getting the fusion materials you need onto the field if you don't have Wolf. Because then you get the fusion monster from your grave, and then use it to fuse with the other monsters for the more powerful fusion monsters. And you just get to bring back a powerful monster for 800 life points. It's basically just an equipped card version of I can't remember the name. Anyway, Moonlight Reincarnation Dance. If a monster you control is destroyed by Valor card effect, add up to 2 Moonlight monsters from your deck to your hand. You can only activate 1 Moonlight Reincarnation Dance per turn. Really powerful. That's all I'm going to say. Add 2 Moonlight monsters? That is really good. 2 copies of Mirror Force Just Cause and Fire Formation Kaio. During the turn this is activated, if a Beast Warrior type monster you control attacks defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. This applies even if this card leaves the field. all Beast Warrior type monsters you control gain 300 attack. So 300 attack and the turn this activated piercing damage, really good. Stack this up with other fire formation cards and you're bound to do really well. For the fusion monsters, we've already been over them, so I'm just going to breeze through them. 2 Moonlight monsters for Moonlight Cat Dancer. Once per turn, during your main phase 1, you contribute 1 Moonlight monster. Each monster your opponent controls cannot be destroyed by battle once per turn. Also, this card can attack all monsters your opponent controls twice each. These changes last until the end of this turn. If this card declares an attack, inflict 100 damage to your opponent. So not only are you dealing them battle damage consecutively on each of their monsters, every time you attack 100, you use Battle Fusion with this, your opponent's pretty much dead. Moonlight Panther Dancer, you need Cat Dancer and 1 Moonlight monster. It must first be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials. Cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Once per turn, during your main phase 1, you can activate this card. Each monster your opponent controls cannot be destroyed by battle once per turn. Also, this card can attack all monsters your opponent controls twice each. The battle would have been so much quicker if I remembered to do this. I forgot every time. This is what happens when I'm away from a deck for a little while, because I literally just made the edits and started dueling. These changes last until the end of this turn. If this card... if this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, gains 200 attack until the end of the battle phase. So, attacks multiple times. Every time it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, it gains 200 attack. Somebody get the ambulance, because your opponent's going to need one. Anyway, Moonlight Leo Dancer, the strongest. You need Moonlight Panther Dancer plus 2 Moonlight monsters. Must be fusion summoned with must be fusion summoned with those materials. Cannot be special summoned other ways. Cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase once per turn. This card attack the monster at the end of the damage step. You can destroy all special summon monsters your opponent controls. So, Pendulum decks, beware. Finally, we have 2 copies of Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King. When this card succeeds summoned, you can set 1 fire formation, spell, or trap card directly from your deck. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Exceeds material from this card and negate the effects of all face-up effect monsters currently on the field except Beast Warrior types until the end of your opponent's turn. So basically, all your opponent's effect monsters lose their effects, while your monsters are free and clear. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send 3 fire formation spell trap cards you control to the graveyard. Special summon 2 level 4 lower Beast Warrior type monsters with the same attack from your deck and face up defense position. So if this thing goes, you can special summon so many. You can special summon two Lunalight monsters from your deck. Of course, if you already have gotten access to 2 or more of the fire formation cards, then this will fail, considering you won't have 3 in your deck. But yeah, just a little note to keep for when you play. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to click that like and subscribe button down below. Go check out any of my other decks I've made, because I want to make the game fun for everybody. You know, there's some people who aren't really good at making decks. Hell, when I first started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! My decks were horrendous. They were horrendous. And I know I'm not the best out there when it comes to the game, because I've only been playing it for maybe 2 years now. At least, you know, playing it frequently for the past 2 years. So, I'm still quite new at this. And also, if you have any decks you want to see, don't forget to leave a comment down below telling me what you want me to do, and I will do my best to make a deck that fits your expectations. So, anyway, until next time, this has been Flashstack, and I will see you all later.